Reverend Steve Walling, the Senior Minister of the Spiritual Awareness Center located in beautiful downtown Fresno, and have I got a treat today. My guest that's joining me in studio today is Dr. Reverend Brian Graham. He is an author, a minister, and a man of many talents. We had Brian on the show several years ago when he wrote his first book, which is called Think, Believe, and Receive, and it's still out there, and I highly recommend it. But he's got 3 new babies besides this one, and we're going to talk about that. Brian, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be with you, Steve. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, okay, this was a great book. And give us a quick synopsis before we look at some of the others.
Think, Believe, Receive, 3 Steps to an Amazing Life is simply a primer on spirituality. I've gone through the basic tenets of what you're so masterful with, science of mind, taken out the buzzwords, the words that can sometimes be barriers for us moving. Exactly. As especially as our consciousness is expanding. We don't want to spend a lot of time trying to learn a word when we have these wonderful concepts to embody. So I took out the buzzwords, and it's straightforward. How do we work with the universe?
It's a great primer for that. For
exactly.
People.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of those go through our center over the years.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
But now we've got, this is a newer one, but not your newest.
It's not the
and
newest.
It's called All About Me. I like that. All About
Me. Well, I wrote it about you.
You wrote it about
me. You knew
me.
that.
That's good.
You knew that. Yeah.
I'm glad to. Yeah. Do I get name? No, I don't see name credit on.
Well, you have to actually read what's inside to know.
Okay. What is it about me that this book really addresses?
It's all about me. It's not an accidental title.
Okay.
First blush, it's all about me. Well, aren't we just full of ourselves? That's the first response to it. The truth is, everything that happens to us, how we take it, is all about ourselves. It's not about the person who dished out the food we don't like. It's about our reaction to the food we don't like.
You mean I can't blame you for how I feel?
You are more than welcome to blame me for how you feel. I, however, don't have to accept that.
Oh, wait a second.
That's all part of It's All About Me.
No. That doesn't work. I need to blame outside myself.
Of course we do. Not.
All About Me is about taking personal responsibility.
Not only taking personal responsibility, but finding our power. If I say taking personal responsibility, there's a little taste in there that says if I take something, there's less for somebody else. And so there becomes a wall. Words are so powerful. And that is the basis of what we teach in Science of Mind. How powerful words are. Not simply the words we use with other people, but the words we use to ourselves.
That's very important.
It's
we do a lot of self-talk.
All the time.
You know, I read somewhere, and somewhere between 60 and 80,000 thoughts in a day goes through our mind.
That's an interesting number.
Yeah.
So we have 60 or 80. I think I know. Yeah, in fact, I may have written something about that in It's All About Me, because
really?
Of those thoughts, a very small percentage ever get reviewed. They go unfiltered into our consciousness, and they become a reality.
They are below the radar.
They're below the radar.
And yet they have a great effect on how we interact with life.
I was told somewhere along my life that I did not have a good voice to sing. For over 50 years. That was my belief. Who said it to me? In what context? I have not the slightest idea. But that became a truth, an unexamined truth, that lay there in my consciousness and guided how I responded. Oh, come on up and sing. Oh, no, I can't do that.
I'm not smart enough. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too big. I'm too small. This, that, the other. And we all hold those things.
We do. Unexamined thoughts.
Exactly.
And that's why the subtitle of It's All About Me is the involved observer. It is why, when we get to a place when we can say, you know what, I believe that I'm not a good singer, yet 20 people at church today said, oh, I love your voice. Well, now the involved observer gets to come in and say, all right, where did we come up with that idea?
Okay. I'm going to stop you right here, Brian. You talk about the involved observer. Explain that for our audience.
We are always involved in a situation, no matter what we do, just as we're always in a relationship, no matter what we're doing. Now, if we remain inside a situation, believing that we do not have a good singing voice, for
Right.
instance, then that is our truth. When we have the opportunity to step out of that
Yeah.
and observe our reaction to something, now we're both involved and we're observing. And that's where change comes. When we're stuck in the involved, everything remains the same.
And when we're stuck in the involved, we're in this three-dimensional world. And that's how we define everything. There's a table this size, you're here, I'm here. There's only so much space on camera. There's limitation. I'm going to
Yes.
get more, you're going to get less.
Exactly.
But when we step out of that, when we, and I like the involved observer as an example of this. When we step out of that into our spiritual expression, which is not our physical expression,
No.
all of a sudden there is another dimension added to the what that we are. Now
Yes.
that dimension's always been there,
Yes.
but we just have
We
put it
were
in the-
too involved
yeah
to
exactly.
recognize that it was there.
You know,
Yeah.
it's that little voice sometimes that speaks to us from the back of our mind. You know, we call it our conscious. Sometimes we call it, whatever. It doesn't make any difference. But it's been there. As we recognize that,
Yes.
as we recognize our relationship
Yes.
with all aspects of us, we begin to, not only fill out in our total beingness, but we begin to express life in a whole different perspective.
Simply because the number of options, which have always been there, again, they've always been there, but we become aware.
Yeah.
And that is the progress. Yeah.
Learn-
Awareness, observation.
Exactly. So that book addresses all that.
It does, and I tried to do it in a very practical way, giving specific examples. Driving to work,
Yeah.
you're a little late, and that's the day everybody is on the highway.
Yeah. Oh,
You can
yeah.
be upset about that. You can be upset about the construction that's going on in front of you. Or you can say, isn't this interesting? I got myself a little late. Now it seems everybody in Fresno, or wherever we happen to be living, is right in front of me, and they only know one pedal. It's the left one.
I'm in a hurry to get out of the market, and it makes no difference what market I'm in. The line that I pick is
Always this. So when we allow ourselves to believe that, that's our being involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm only involved in the moment. It's all we can be in. We feel like, yeah, everybody's against us. The world is against
Let me
us.
stop you right there, Brian, because you said something that's very critical. In the moment.
In the moment.
And when we recognize that
Yes.
that's where we live, we don't live anywhere else. We only live in the moment. That's when we can open so
Yeah.
many doors that involve observer, the how we're going to experience things
Yes.
becomes our choice. When I'm in the moment, I can be at peace, regardless of the traffic and the situations
Yes.
that are on the road. I can choose to arrive at work being in harmony with my day, or I can allow myself to choose to be in chaos. Oh, I was late, and I just this, and the traffic, and the road construction, and how am I going to... But I got a whole day of work left. I haven't even 5 minutes into my work day, and I'm trash.
And
mentally.
many times, when we experience that construction and we're absolutely certain we're going to be late, we arrive with a consciousness of late. And if
Exactly.
we stop and look at our watch, we realize, I'm right on time.
Yeah, just managed to
But
make it.
I now come in with a late concept and a
Yeah.
late energy. And that's how I deal with everybody.
And the whole day.
Everything. The whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were talking about the now. And there is nothing more important than recognizing nothing happens in the future.
No.
Nothing. We can dream about the future. We can plan for the future.
And there's nothing
Nothing's
available to
going
us
to happen.
in the past.
Nothing. The past is written.
It's gone.
Read about it. That's why they say regret is wishing for to make the past different. So I haven't found a way to do it.
Yeah.
And outside of Peabody's Wayback Machine, I don't know of anybody else that's
That's
done
my
it
favorite
either.
machine, you know. But that's true, you know. We only have in our now moment.
Right now,
But that's our PowerPoint.
it
if you
is not but, and it is our PowerPoint.
Yeah.
If our whole life feels like it's just not working, and I can speak to this from very recent experience in my own life.
will. Yeah.
I invited myself to take my own advice and go into a review of everything that's happened in my life and decide what will I keep as my definition and what will I release as my definition. But I couldn't do that tomorrow.
Nope.
I can't do it yesterday.
No.
I can
not
only
there.
make that choice right here,
Yeah.
right now. That's one of the big chapters in Think, Believe, Receive. Now.
Yeah.
It is the point of power.
And most people consciously don't realize that. They're always living in the next whatever, or still sometimes relishing, but usually suffering in what happened
Yes.
when, you know.
Blame, regret.
Our story.
A story.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's our story.
It becomes our story, and our story then becomes us.
And that's the baggage that we carry.
That's the term right there.
Yeah.
Baggage.
Yeah. But we can, like with any bag, we can make the choice to put it down.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can.
Put
You
down
really
our
can.
baggage.
Yeah, you can let it go. It requires, you know, I teach this as just a simple way of dealing with past three things: forgiveness, gratitude, and love. Use that as your foundation,
Amen.
and everything else will, you know, deal with itself.
Forgiveness also of ourselves.
Oh yeah, it's got to be total.
Because-
It's not just the other; it's here too.
And then we find all the layers that go with forgiveness. It's not forgive and forget. It's not anything.
No.
It's a whole bunch of layers that go into this.
And it's not forget. You know, so many times people, when you talk to them about forgiveness, Brian, they go, I'll never be able to forget. It's not about forgetting.
Nope.
It's about becoming unattached.
Unattached. Now we're going deep into Buddhism.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. No attachment.
No attachment.
It happened. It's the what is.
Yes.
It's part of the past.
It's part of what's written. It's that book. It's
Yeah.
or it's the sack on our back.
Yeah.
The baggage that we're carrying around, and we're always welcome to throw more baggage, more stuff into that
And
bag.
then it becomes all about me.
Ooh, it is.
Yes, sir. We're going to take that and we're going to move to our first break. So we'll see you when you come, or when we come back.
When you expect dedication and professionalism during your real estate transactions, call upon Portia Luttrell. You deserve a highly qualified realtor to guide you through this very involved process. Call Portia Luttrell at 559-909-3198 and visit PortiaSellsHomes.com.
Sometimes good intentions hurt rather than help. For just $1.76 per meal, the Fresno Rescue Mission offers more than food. We offer hope. Please donate today.
Brittany's Bark Avenue Pet Grooming. Top quality grooming for dogs of all sizes. 13 years of combined experience with dog shows and pet grooming, specializing in breed trims and hand scissoring. Brittany's Bark Avenue is open Tuesdays through Saturdays and is located at 5730 North 1st Street, Suite 115. Visit barkavenuefresno.com or call 559-709-7279. The Saga of Bridget and Amanda by Carol Love Forbes brings to life the struggles of historical women in early America. Find The Saga of Bridget and Amanda on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and order your copy today. See more artwork from visual artist Frank Bonilla at www.frankbonilla.tv. Hardworking, experienced, and capable. With a record of success over more than 2 decades, the law office of Kevin G. Little is one of the preeminent small firms in Fresno. We represent our clients in a variety of matters, including civil rights, employment, personal injury, general civil litigation, family law, bankruptcy, and criminal cases. Our firm also offers excellent mediation services in civil and family law matters. We approach each case with dedication, aiming to protect you and exceed your expectations. Contact us today at 559-342-5800 and visit kevinglittle.com. Chuck Miller is the state broker for Connect Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, call Chuck Miller at 559-260-5668 or visit connectrealty.com/Chuck.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back to New Thought Talk. I am your host, Reverend Steve Walling, and my guest today is Dr. Reverend Brian Graham. Welcome back again. So we talked about your first 2 books here, and there's just some powerful stuff, and you can get those on Amazon. They're readily available. But before we go to your next 2 books...
If you give me a call, I'll deliver some.
Oh, okay. I know a guy lives way up on the mountain up there. You go visit him.
I might
There
just
you
do
go.
that, thank you.
But before we go into your next 2 books, Brian, I want to have you give us an update. Where's Brian's, how's his journey been? It's been about 5 years since you were here.
It seems like yesterday.
Yeah,
and
pretty
it seems
much.
like a long, long time ago. Yeah. At the time, I think I was up here last time, I was an active pulpit minister.
Yes, you were.
And one of the things, this involved observer thing comes up again. Because I love being a pulpit minister. I love working with a congregation, putting talks together,
Right.
counseling, teaching. It is so rewarding. The voice in the back of my head was telling me, however, you're not growing. You're not going deeper. There's more here for you. So when the last evolution of being a staff minister came to a conclusion,
Right.
I had to. My initial thing was, well, how do I define myself? And a lot of people find themselves in that question. Whatever position they have now is no longer there.
This is how we define ourselves.
It's how we define ourselves. But I took it upon myself to say, all right, I'm hearing that I'm not growing. What are you going to do about it? What is our action step? We're going to sit here and just wring our hands and say, golly, I wish I were growing, or we're going to do something. So I embarked on a tour of other faiths, visiting centers,
Really?
and getting involved with a spiritualist church. One of the things that I've been working on in my own life, is figuring out whether what is going through my mind is a true perception,
Okay.
or if it's a projection of an old thought. So that was my specific intent with being involved with the spiritualist group down in Encinitas.
Okay.
And boy, did my life get jump-started there as I started that process of perception, projection.
Okay.
Things became so much clearer. That was not, I'm not saying if you go to a spiritualist center, you're suddenly going to have this aha moment. Maybe you will.
Yeah.
That was not the cause, and we talk a lot about cause and effect.
Oh, yeah.
It was not the cause of it. It was my openness to hearing. And I went through a number of their classes to learn what they believe, as well as hanging out with people of many different faiths and listening, staying away from that involved part and becoming the observer of the things that are around me. And finally, the watershed moments in my life that occurred coming up on 2 years ago now. I had been going through the online dating thing. I was single, by the way. I just want to make that clear. I was not married. Yes. And I kept attracting wonderful people, but nobody that really filled. Some people wanted me to be a teacher to them, and my ego said, I can do that. I can teach. Oh, follow me. So I was involved in that way. Some people wanted something else, but none of the people with whom I was coming in contact really seemed to fill me, didn't match me. So I found myself, I live in Southern California, I found myself with some availability, and I went to a big beach, a long beach, and that time of year the tide was way out and it was still hot. So in the evening I could walk for miles, literally 5, 6, 7 miles, whatever I wanted. So I set out one night on a Monday and said to myself, we're going to go walk this beach and we're going to talk to ourselves. We're going to examine our thoughts. Why does this life not seem as fulfilling as I want? Or as I feel it could be? And if I tell myself anything that is untrue, I'm going to call myself on it. So it was no holds barred. Ego, beware. I love you. I recognize you as part of me. But if you're hiding something, we're going to release you. You're still going to be there, because, working with those voices, with those aspects of ourselves is important. Because if we try to just say, oh, you're done, they're going to go into defense. And they'll come back at us for a different way. So I got agreement from my ego to examine all of these things. And I spent the first night, that first Monday night, I walked, 5, 6 miles up and down the beach and talking to myself, reviewing things. Felt really good. So I came back the next night. Same start. If I say anything to myself that isn't true, you're going to call yourself, and then we're going to look at what's behind there. Not just say that's not true and pass on
I'm
it.
going to stop you here, Brian, because this is, in our self-evaluation, this is a key factor. We have a way of being slippery tongue, in talking to ourselves.
Yes.
We can just, and feed ourselves.
The same old stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How were you able to cognize, to get to that understanding when you're beginning to feed yourself a line, so to speak?
Yep.
The truth of you goes, wait a second.
Yeah. That's such a...
How'd you get there?
If I could write that down, that would be the 5th book.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I cannot say, here's how you do it, because it's all about me. How do I... What a great title for a book. How do I do this for me? It was not one night of a process.
Right.
I had gone through events and experiences which led me up to this.
Maybe involved a little bit of prayer work, a little meditation. Maybe just a little bit of that.
Just a little.
Okay.
And coming to love myself enough to recognize that I am worthy of making that change.
Yes, you are.
But we don't always have that.
No, we don't.
Again, now we're back to this conversation that has been off and on throughout this talk. We are told things.
Yes, we are.
Sometimes we're told things as small children, innocently. We overhear things as adults, or as young adults, or as toddlers, or anything. Sometime in our life. Again, how many thoughts come across our minds each day? How many are examined? It's a very small percentage.
but it makes a trend of thinking, a mood of consciousness.
Use that phrase, a trend of thinking.
Yes.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, and a mood of consciousness.
Yes.
That controls
Mm-hmm.
our interaction with our day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we decide, and it's a decision, it's a choice we have to make to shed that, to raise our level of conscious awareness of our own inner beingness
And step into happiness.
and step into happiness.
Mhm.
Okay. The process that you described is it's a powerful process.
Yes.
And we all do that in our own way when we make that choice to move to a conscious awareness of our beingness.
Or an involved observer.
Exactly. So you found at the beach.
That was my thing. I'm very much a water person.
Uh-huh.
Some people are mountain people.
Right.
You could do the same thing in the desert. It's not the place.
Exactly.
It's setting ourselves up for the openness to have that experience. And it doesn't matter what language you speak.
And giving ourselves permission to have
Giving ourselves permission. And again, that ego has such a bad reputation.
that.
But it's not. An ego is part of who we are. It helps us define ourselves. It is a beautiful thing. Why treat it like an enemy?
Oh, no. We've got to destroy the ego.
Oh, destroy
We've
the
got to-
ego.
yeah.
Yes, yes. Some people want to teach
isn't that
us
what
that.
they tell us? We got to destroy the ego, right?
Yeah, that's right. We don't.
No.
We come to learn to work with all of the aspects of ourselves.
Underlying all this is something that we call love. And that's
that four-letter word.
that is such a powerful
Yeah.
consciousness
Yeah.
that gets abused in so many ways.
Yeah.
But that is it.
It
And
is.
so when you're walking that beach,
Mhm.
there is a level of Brian lovingness
Yes.
that has to take place to get to
Brian loving Brian.
exactly.
Yes.
And so you did this and you walked. How many nights did you walk that beach?
4 nights.
4 nights.
2 nights on.
Mhm.
Something came up on Wednesday. I couldn't do it. Thursday night, back to the same thing. And each night was a different level
Okay.
of being comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
The ego is now working with me, saying, okay, so you didn't try to disown me. Let's find those bad guys. So we could go, being all of the aspects of me, could go deeper
Yeah.
and shed the things that no longer served. They served me well up to that point in my life.
They were the tools you had.
They
in
were the
toolbox.
tools I had, and by golly, I used them well.
There you go.
That's what brought me to being a pastor. It led me to writing my first book. All those things led up to these things because nothing happens on its own. So here I was Thursday night, and I was so looking forward to Friday night. I just knew I was going to find new depths, and I got out on the beach.
Hold it. Stop. You got out on the beach. We're going to cut away to our next commercial
Really?
break and bring you
But-
back.
but-
yeah. So we'll see you when we come back. This is good.
Need a new phone? Have a cracked screen? Cell Pros can set you up with an iPhone for as little as $120. Cell Pros Fresno can meet your cell phone needs. Cracked screen? Cell Pros can have it fixed the same day. Visit us at one of our 4 convenient Fresno locations. Call Cell Pros at 559-961-7767, 961-7767, or visit cellprosfresno.com.
At Miracle Realty, we've been providing premier professional residential sales and property management in residential and commercial property for years. We manage single-family homes, condominiums, apartment buildings, commercial buildings, office space, and much more. No matter what experience level you have in property management, Miracle Realty strives to make your experience as stress-free as possible. Serving Madera and the surrounding areas, we use the latest technology and provide top-notch service. We're a trusted and reliable name in residential sales and property management with the experience to answer any questions or complications that might come up. Give us a call today or visit us online for more information.
Visit Princess and the Pauper, where you'll find everything from new and consigned furniture, lighting and art, a line of candles, French soaps, and mineral paint. Whether your style is old world, modern, or a little bit of everything, you'll find it at Princess and the Pauper, located at the southeast corner of Bullard and West. And now you can visit Princess and the Pauper's online store at princessandthepauper.net.
The DIB Baseball Academy is focused on helping young baseball players develop the necessary skills to help them succeed on the diamond and in life. Visit DIBBaseball.com for more information. Join the Paycation lifestyle for the ultimate experience in travel training. Contact Amanda Howard, a certified travel agent, at 559-708-3991 or visit monarchtravel.paycation.com.
You can't be fresh if your cut isn't. So support your local barber and come down to JDB Cuts Barbershop at 1855 East Dakota, just east of Blackstone behind the Shaw Station. JDB Cuts is open Monday through Thursday from 10 to 6:30 and Friday and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back to New Thought Talk. I'm your host, Reverend Steve Walling, and my guest is Dr. Reverend Brian Graham. And as we left to the commercial break, we were hanging over. You got to that third night or third time on the beach, and what happened?
Tell me.
I don't know. Is it in the book? It's all about
No,
you. Oh, okay.
No, it's not.
So,
I have
okay, you had
so
that-
anyway, so after these 3 nights of walking the beach, I came out for my 4th night.
Yeah.
And the temperature's well up into the 80s, so it's a warm night, but a beautiful beach setting. And I had gotten only a mile into what had been a 5 and 6 mile walk when I realized I had worked my way through the majority of the gunk, which had clouded my understanding of where I could go. The Windex had been applied to the windshields. There was still some more cleaning to do, but I was suddenly seeing the whole world, my whole life, my position in the world, possibility in an entirely different way. And at that moment, it's one of the most woo-woo things that has ever happened to me, and I've had a number of woo-woo things happen to me. As I reached that understanding, I felt like I was being enveloped in a beautifully soft, warm comforter of love.
Cool.
And I continued my walk surrounded in this comforter. And I realized I had gone through, you want to call it a cleansing, an awakening, an enlightenment. I mean, there's a whole bunch of words, none of which really mean anything.
No.
But I had gone through what needed to be gone through at that point.
Got rid of the static.
Yeah.
Found clarity.
Yeah.
And was in the moments.
I was back to living in the moment, in possibility, in cooperation rather than competition with God. You can say it any way you want, but that was what the truth was for me.
Great.
Yeah. From that moment forward, I was no longer attracting into my life wonderful people. Please don't misunderstand me. These were not bad people, but they were not the people that I need, want to support and work in cooperation with in moving forward in my life. Within 30 days of that time, I met a woman, and we did it online. I'm not going to tell you the online story. You're going to have to come to one of the workshops.
There you go.
We love telling the online story. But we did meet online. She listed herself as being from a town that was about 40 minutes from where I was living at the time. And I thought, 40 minutes, that's
a long drive.
That's a long drive.
Yeah.
But
What
you
if
know
it doesn't
what?
work out?
I'll give it a try. Let's see if she's she's worth it. 40 minutes is easy.
Yeah.
Well, I married that lady.
You still my heart.
And the the truth is, she wasn't 40 miles away.
Yeah.
She was not at the north end of San Diego County. She was in Japan.
Oh, that's
it's a little bit
longer
commute.
Little long, yeah.
A little
okay.
longer commute.
Uh-huh.
And this is where the whole online dating story comes up, and our tips for how to go about this in a way that will help us achieve what we want to achieve. Because it's all about me,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Fortunately, it was all about her too.
good.
So can I go ahead now with my story?
Go ahead with your story.
Already.
Yeah.
The woman with whom I developed this magnificent relationship was in Japan. She is a trance channel. She actually goes into trance
Yeah.
and channels an entity by the name of Ashtar.
Uh-huh.
Ashtar is the ambassador of love.
Uh-oh.
What a match.
There's that word again.
What a match.
Yeah.
That beautiful four-letter word.
Uh-huh.
And so but I didn't deal with her during the first few months of communication with her. She was in Japan, I was here in California. We did Skype,
Okay.
but I got to know her.
Uh-huh.
Important thing, if you're going to make a relationship with somebody, you don't want to make it with what they do. You want to make it with who they are.
Yeah. That's very important.
So when she returned from Japan, I was waiting there at San Diego Airport when that big airplane landed. We decided pretty quickly that we had the chemistry.
Did you?
Yeah. And, well, honestly, I haven't left. She hasn't been to throw me out yet.
There you go. But a lot of things have happened and changed in your life.
They did, and I really go back to that time when I was willing to cast aside how I defined myself in the past
Right.
and accept that I cannot live in the past.
But wait a second, Brian. How old were you? Weren't you too old to
Oh,
make
I
those
was.
kind of changes in your life?
Please,
I mean, come on,
absolutely.
let's get real here.
I'm
you know,
well into my 60s.
oh no,
set
no,
in my
that's-
ways.
That's,
yes,
you're too old to make those kind
absolutely.
of changes.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Because that's what life tells us.
that's what they. I love they.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say. You're set in your ways, if you want to be.
Or, at any point, you can make a choice,
That's correct.
and you made that choice,
I did.
and it's been a pretty good one.
I say thank you, God. I sometimes have a vision of my going through my gratitudes daily and God saying, yeah, I got it. I got a couple other things to do. I appreciate it. Love you too. But
There you go.
you cannot say thank you. Gratitude. We've spoken of love.
Yeah.
We have spoken about ego.
Uh-huh.
We have spoken of many things.
Right.
We've only touched on gratitude, and
Very powerful.
to put up a list of the most important things, all of those things want to be at the top of the list.
Exactly.
Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude.
In living in the moment,
Yes.
if we realize the truth of our beingness, how can we not be in a state of gratitude continuously?
And let me flip that over. If we live in a state of gratitude, how can we not be in our now?
Well, there you go.
Chicken,
Yeah,
egg.
yeah.
It's
Exactly.
they are absolutely inextricably tied together.
So we've had this great, what I'll call evolution in Dr. Reverend Brian's life, and some great things have come of it.
Yes.
But two things that came of it are the other two books.
Yes.
And now we're going to move into this.
Yes.
The next book is it's a very interesting book. I'm sure he wrote it for somebody other than me. It's called The Bear and the
don't
Butterfly,
know.
the Relationship Handbook.
Yeah.
I'm good to go, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about this. This is a good book.
Bear and Butterfly
Yeah.
was my first assignment from the entity that my wife Terry Simons channels. We were sitting. Now, I have a track record. I've been through more than one relationship.
Uh-oh.
I've got more than one marriage certificate
Okay.
filed away.
That's your story.
That's my story.
That's the baggage.
It could be.
Yeah.
It is simply a reality.
Okay.
So when Ashtar looked at me and said, "You're going to write another book," I said, "Okay, done two. what do you think it should be about? He said, relationships. And I said, I think maybe you got me confused with somebody else.
There you go. Yeah, struck out a couple times on that one, right?
Yeah,
well,
but here we are again. We're back to the idea that our past does not have to define our future.
set the bags down.
Set them down.
Exactly.
You can, if you need, you can come back and pick them up. You probably won't want to.
Your story, if you choose, is nothing more than a story.
It's a collection of words.
Right. Or it can be the baggage that holds you back from expressing life.
Exactly.
You know, you made the choice to set the story and the baggage down and move forward. And
Without denial.
yeah,
I've had these experiences. I've done these things.
Right. No
I'm
blame.
still okay. No blame.
This is just it. This is the what is.
Yeah.
And it's a so what.
It's our now.
Yeah, exactly.
And the action step that happens is, here I am.
Oh,
What are you going to do with it?
yeah. So you wrote this book, Bear.
Bear-
Tell me about the bear and the butterfly. How does that play out?
Bear and Butterfly is a parable that Ashtar uses to help people understand why relationships often go awry. The book itself begins with the parable about how bears, and we're going to go to our first step with this and say bears very frequently represent a male energy, masculine energy.
Yeah.
And that's why I call it bear energy, because I don't want to get stuck on gender.
Okay.
The butterfly, of course, is the female energy or the butterfly energy, not getting stuck on gender. And it's very important to remember that.
Well, wait a second. You know, I'm pretty very good. You know,
That's right.
You say there's some butterfly in there.
I promise you there's butterfly.
Okay.
Let me give you this example.
Okay.
When two bears meet up on the street,
Yeah.
their voices, their actions are going to be down. The handshake, the slap on the back or on the arm.
Yeah.
It's going to be about dominance.
I like that.
When butterflies meet,
Uh-huh.
the voices go up. And it's about appearances.
Oh.
I love the shoes, love the hair, you know, because the butterfly energy is about making connection. It's about community. Bear energy is about solidarity and power. We all have that. You want to find the meanest bear in the woods? Cross a butterfly. I promise you,
I like
you
that,
will
yeah.
not come upon a more formidable foe than an upset butterfly. Yeah. So bear and butterfly is about us learning how these kind of things go around in our lives and how to achieve our optimum being, and that's to draw upon our butterfly self and our bear self in balance to bring out the best in us. It will also help in communication. Ashtar gave me this story. Terry's been working with Ashtar for 28 years. She knows the story. When I had it typed out, I had her read the story. She said, yeah, you've added some touches to it, but that's Ashtar's story. I continued to write the book. And when it was all done, she was reading a portion of it. She's in Japan right now. And one morning on our FaceTime communication, she said, I'm sorry. And I asked her why. She said, that I ticked you off so much. She was reading one of my stories about how I had recognized where she was going with her butterfly energy, and I was running in the other direction with my bear energy, and how it was producing friction. Neither one meaning two. When we recognize that this is a butterfly energy, when this is a bear energy, my beautiful bride Terry and I get to laugh at ourselves. Oh, and she'll call me, you were butterflying right there, weren't you? And I said, yeah, and you were bearing right there too. So bear and butterfly, the relationship handbook. It goes into so many aspects of life. It's not just about male, female, sexual relationships. It's all about all kinds of relationships.
That's good. That's Bear and Butterfly. It's time for our third and final break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Dr. Reverend Brian's fourth book. And it's an interesting one for sure. See you when we come back.
Contact the Realtor of the 21st Century, Rick Munoz, at rickmunoz.realtor. Call Rick at area code 559-827-0888 or 326-5141 or email rickmunoz@realtor.com.
Michael J. Costa Photography. With over 7 years experience in wedding photography and videography, Michael J. Costa captures those special moments and rare moments that last forever. Visit michaeljcosta.com or call 559-799-9632.
Get your dog the proper training for the next hunting season with Reliable Retrievers. With positive dog-friendly methods, your hunting companion will be eager, enthusiastic, and ready to go. Call Reliable Retrievers at 559-287-3375 and visit us on the web at www.reliableretrievers.com.
Sunshine Natural Health in Tulare, California is your source for nature's best remedies. Call Sunshine Natural Health at 559-688-2063 and get healthy.
The Stacking Shed is dedicated to stacking your sandwiches and also serves up much more. Located at 2119 Merced Street in downtown Fresno, the Stacking Shed is open Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call them at 559-492-1102. Soon, contact Raquel Tirado with a Beautiful Day Wedding Ministry at 559-803-1298.
YourMacGuy.com. Doug Cox provides Apple Computer Service consulting and training. Call 559-930-2706 or 277-4622. Email Doug@YourMacGuy.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back to New Thought Talk. I am your host, the Reverend Steve Wallingham. Of course, my guest, as you know, for this segment, is with the other ones, is Dr. Reverend Brian Graham. And I want to get to this last book here before because time just goes by so fast. But this is the Lady Ashtar story.
Yeah.
And as told to Reverend Dr. Brian K. Graham. What about this story, Brian?
Well, we led so beautifully into why I'm associated with this entity, Ashtar. And sometimes we think that only people that are born differently or other people can have these types of understandings that Terry gets to express. Most people do not find themselves in a position where they will go into trance and allow another entity to take. But I believe from the very, very bottom of my heart that we are guided, protected, and inspired every moment of our lives by divine force. How much we listen is really the key. My beautiful bride has found a way to go into meditation, step aside, and allow this entity, this 11th level ascended master, Ashtar, to come into her and speak through her of love and healing and understanding. The way she got there seems so ordinary, yet as the story was told to me and I was taking notes, I thought, this is a movie. This is, and it is. It will be. I just believe it's a movie.
There you go.
We start off with a simple young lady who lives up in Oregon, and her father dies at an early age. Her mother raises Terry and her brother, and then Terry goes off on her own life and the experiences she has from learning tarot and Reiki energy work and all of the energy,
the
esoteric,
yeah.
The New Age type things, and then actually experiencing a possession by a creature from some other place that did mean her harm. And we can have a whole conversation about, is there evil?
Yeah.
No. However, we won't do that now.
Yeah.
Through her understanding of it, the voice that had been speaking to her since she was a young child, taking form, and as she, again, prepared herself without saying, I'm going to go prepare myself to be a trance channel, as she took on these understandings and began seeing her life as part of the whole universe, just as you and I are. The entity Ashtar actually did a merging process with her, which we describe in the book, and then talk about, even though an ascended master is present all of the time, we still have shopping to do. Before the old thing is, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water.
There you go.
After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water.
Yeah.
You know, my beautiful bride has the same questions about life that you and I do. Anybody does. One of the cool things is, as we're sitting around the dining table, as has happened on more than one occasion, I'll say, I wonder, and her eyes will go up, and she'll look at me and says, he says, and there we have an answer.
So this is your story, or her story.
This is her story.
Cool. And she has a very large following in Japan.
She has, we love being in Japan, which is where Terry spent over half a year for the last 8 years, and now I'm involved with it.
And you're getting ready to head over there soon.
I am as well. We expect to be doing talks on the Lady Ashtar story and Baron Butterfly initially, together and independently.
And it's been very well received.
Oh, it has.
Yeah.
We got. I have 2 publishers that are looking at it right now, and that's a whole communication issue. So, how has my life changed? Is that excuse me. There are rockets, and they are available for us. Anybody, you are capable of climbing on this rocket if you feel that your life has been stuck. That's the past. Your future is not determined by what happened in the past. And that seems like a really good time to look at my good friend, Reverend Dr. Steve here, because this is what, both of us do blogs. I do blogs on Choiceful Living seminars 3 times a week, and you also do blogs.
Do a Facebook post every day.
Every day, very inspirational. You take the material from one viewpoint.
Right.
I take very similar material, and many times I've seen, isn't it interesting, Steve's blog and my blog are almost the same today.
How about that?
From a different direction. And that's how we are as people. There is no one way to release the past and step into our now. There's no one right way to the top of the mountain.
That's true. And Brian, we're running out on time. You're going to head to Japan here shortly.
I am.
But you're going to be back, and you'll be back here in studio with us.
I'm so looking forward to
your next book. I want to know all about it.
So do I. I can't wait to find out what it is.
And you can find Brian's books on Amazon. And
Yep.
if you call him, he said he'll drive out to your house. I don't know, but that's what he said. Give it a shot.
I'm pretty safe on that. We haven't given out my phone number.
There you go. Anyway, listen, I want to thank you for being with us today. As always, you can show up Sunday mornings at the Spiritual Awareness Center, located at 4644 West Jennifer Street. It's behind Costco there at Shaw 99. You can reach me via Facebook. You can go to the Spiritual Awareness Center's webpage, and there's an email link there. You can go there and also contribute to support our ministry, this show, and just Good Thoughts in general. I always am interested in hearing from you, and if you have a prayer request or you have questions you want answered, feel free to contact me, and we can see what we can do for you. And there are things way beyond what I am that can do things for you always. So once again, thank you for being with us. Brian, thank you again for being on the show. Blessings, my friend.
Thank you.
And as you go through the week, know that the light of God surrounds you, and the love of God enfolds you, and the power of God protects you, and the presence of God watches over you, because truly, wherever you are, God is there, and all is well. Have a great week. We'll see you later.
This segment is brought to you by Mike Briggs Properties. The recession's over. It's now safe to sell your home. Call Mike Briggs Properties.
Visit Princess and the Pauper, where you'll find everything from new and consigned furniture, lighting and art, a line of candles, French soaps, and mineral paint. Whether your style is old world, modern, or a little bit of everything, you'll find it at Princess and the Pauper, located at the southeast corner of Bullard and West. And now you can visit Princess and the Pauper's online store at princessandthepauper.net. Need a new phone? Have a cracked screen? Cell Pros can set you up with an iPhone for as little as $120. Cell Pros Fresno can meet your cell phone needs. Cracked screen? Cell Pros can have it fixed the same day. Visit us at one of our 4 convenient Fresno locations. Call Cell Pros at 559-961-7767, 961-7767, or visit cellprosfresno.com.
If you're getting married soon, contact Raquel Torrado with a Beautiful Day Wedding Ministry at 559-803-1298. Join the Paycation lifestyle for the ultimate experience in travel training. Contact Amanda Howard, a certified travel agent, at 559-708-3991 or visit monarchtravel.paycation.com.
Here at Central Valley Talk, we've chosen Select Business Systems to provide for our copy, print, and scanning needs. We used to think it was cheaper to purchase our own toner and maintain our own office equipment. But now, with the expertise and experience of Select Business Systems, our office workflow is running at peak performance, saving our company time and money. They've truly set us up with our new Sharp multifunction copier, streamlining our office with the press of a button. To find out how you can improve your office technology, call Select Business Systems at 446-0123 or visit their website at selectsharp.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com